Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 5 of the great comeback albums of all time. Those rock albums, or whatever kind of albums, right? We're crossing all sorts of genres here, but those great comeback albums, bands coming back from diversity, bands coming back from a long time away, losing members, gaining members, death in the family, critical disappointment, great comebacks. That's what it's all about here this month. So today, for my pick for day number 5, this is the 7th album by this American band, released in 1984, recorded at Music America Studios in Rochester, New York, just upstate from me. Produced by Carl Canady, Paul Curcio, and John Zazula from Megaforce Records. We're talking about, yeah, they're back, baby. The beast is back. Blue Cheer, of course. Of course, first album in 13 years. All right, follows up their 1971 album, Oh Pleasant Hope, and signaled a new era for Blue Cheer, returning back to heavy sounds from whence they came. Because, of course, we all know, for those of you who are Blue Cheer fans or at least have listened to this band, they released a barn burner of a debut album, Vincebus Eruptum. Followed that up with another album that maybe not quite as heavy and raucous, but still pretty rockin'. And then all of a sudden they just changed course over their next few albums and just did other things other than heavy music. Bluesy stuff, jazzy stuff, garage stuff, pop, general rock, right? But no proto-metal, no acid rock, no proto-punk, no stoner rock, biker rock, none of that stuff. They just said goodbye to all that, and then they broke up, and we didn't hear anything from Blue Cheer for well over a decade, right? But coming back with this album, they returned to their roots and got even heavier and more metallic and hooked up with Johnny Z and Megaforce Records and put out a kick-ass album. Founding members, Dickie Peterson on bass and lead vocals, and drummer Paul Whaley are back fronting the band once again, along with guitarist Tony Rainier. And this is a pretty kick-ass album. It's a short album. It's only like 36 minutes long or something like that. But it's heavy-hitting. It's comprised of, they redid a couple old classics from back in the day, as well as brought some new material to the table. All of it's just big, metallic, bursting with these huge riffs, right? Just big, crunchy metal riffs and that whole kind of biker rock, acid rock mentality, that psychedelic rock. Dickie's kind of cool. Dickie had the perfect kind of like garage rock, biker rock style of vocals. And man, Tony's just bringing the crunch on this album. It starts over with a great track written by Dickie called Nightmares. Terrific riffing on that. Pile driver of a song, one of my favorites on the album. And of course, they have to revisit the old Eddie Cochran classic, Summertime Blues, once again, right? It's their biggest hit. Let's do it again. Arguably even heavier than the original version, right? Then we got the great Ride With Me, which is a song that Tony brings to the table. Excellent rocker. Same thing with Girls Next Door. Tony wrote that one as well. Both those tracks are really, really good additions to the Blue Cheer repertoire. Heavy hitters for sure. Over on side 2, you got another Dickie track called Babylon. Excellent, crunchy track. Heart of the City cover song. That's great. Man, the riff on that is just so cool. It's bluesy, it's gutsy, it's got a groove to it, really great. Then, of course, another Dickie track, Out of Focus. Fun song, fast-hitting, fast riffing kind of track. And then, why not do, once again, another cover of the great Parchment Farm by Mose Allison. That finishes off the album. Lots of jamming on that, lots of guitar solo in that. Any band who does Parchment Farm usually does it justice. We always think of Parchment Farm as a Cactus trademark, right? Cactus always did Parchment Farm. Blue Cheer gets in on the act as well here, too. And it's also the longest track on the album. It's just under 7 minutes long. So, yeah, that's the album. Of course, no certification on this. You get... you might have different versions of this. They re-released this so many times with all sorts of different covers and things. I don't think this is kind of like the bare bones. Yeah, it's not really much here other than shot the guys, right? That's about it. But yeah, I remember how excited so many of us were when this came out. We're like, oh my God, Blue Cheer. And then, of course, it came out on Megaforce Records. We're like, oh, really? Megaforce Records, home to Metallica and plenty of other really, really, really heavy bands. And all of a sudden, Blue Cheer is like thrown into the mix of all this. Pretty cool. So, yeah, that's my pick for today. Let us know what you think of Blue Cheer. The Beast is back. down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today, day number 5. And visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posted. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. And we'll see you soon. Here with more stuff soon, being in just a little while. Martin Popoff's coming in, joining me in the fun house. We've got a fun show where we're going to be ranking the albums of 2 bands. Actually, a couple more, because we're doing a couple of the offshoot bands. So basically, Thin Lizzy and UFO, starting from the beginning all the way to when Thin Lizzy was no longer a band. So 1983's Thunder and Lightning is kind of the cutoff point. Sort of. We're including a couple of other things, but and we're going to rank all those albums. We're going to throw in the MSG albums, the Michael Schenker Group albums as well, because of course Michael left UFO to form MSG. We're going to include the first 4 MSG albums. We're also going to include that first Wasted album, and we're going to include those 2 Phil Lynott solo albums. So that's all those, throwing them into the blender, ranking them. That's coming up in just a little while. We've also got the Professor's Picks, Ken Golden and myself. Ken will be telling us all about the new releases coming out today, hitting today, that are available on Laser's Edge. We've got 4 Fusion Friday happening tonight. We've got some great live albums we're going to be talking about. We're going to try and put them in some sort of ranking order and tell you what they're all about. That's coming up tonight. And UK Connection tomorrow. Simon, Stephen, and myself will be talking about our favorite, least favorite Blackfoot albums, and then Grant, Arthur, and I will be ranking the albums of Bread on Sunday. So lots happening. Stay tuned for all of it. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.